This here is something I like to call network effects. So it basically translates out the value of each and every client interaction that we have. It brings to light the importance of what one client means to the business overall. So on the right here, I have a graph, or I guess a chart, and what this chart represents is the top being the current client that we're at. So this is the client of the day, and we're there cleaning for this particular client. So if we do a great job, what this client will do is refer us. They're going to leave a review online. It's going to be a testimonial. It's going to say how great we are, and they're going to tell their friends. So let's say that through all of that, they bring 3 new clients to us. That's what underneath that represents. So let's say each client that comes in is worth $200 to the business. So the first client there is worth $200, and the 3 underneath are each worth $200. What this means is that client at the top, that particular job, is worth everything, not only that day, but everything that they bring in the future. So that client is worth now $800. Sorry. So those 3 clients underneath then, if we do a great job for them, they refer us additional business. So if they bring in 3 as well, now that's each of those clients is worth $800. And that first client, that first one that we were at, is worth the sum of all of that. So it's actually $2,600 that client is worth. That relationship in that particular interaction right then and there is worth $2,600 to the business. And that's assuming that everybody only uses us once. But as you know, many clients use us monthly, they use us bi-weekly, they use us even weekly. So if each of those clients becomes a recurring client, then that amount that each client is worth to us multiplies by however long they use us into the future. So if each client stays with us for an average of a year and they use us once a month, then that $2,600 that each of those clients is worth is multiplied by 12. So as you can see, this grows tremendously fast, and it shows the importance of every single client interaction that we have, every phone call that we make, every time we interact and have a touch point with them, how huge that is to the business. So a couple things that I want to point out here is when we're doing a walkthrough or even a halfway or a client just stops what we're doing in the job. And we've all had this happen. And a client says, hey, did you wipe down that fan? Or did you do the floors in here? Did you vacuum in here? Now, our first reaction, especially if we did do it, is to defend it. We say, yeah, I already did that. Well, what I want to say here is our first reaction whenever that happens is to say, oh, you mind showing me where it's at? I'm happy to do that for you, right? So we don't even want to say, yes, we did it. We don't want to say, oh, I'll do it again. We just want to say, I'll get that done for you, and we do it right then and there. Okay, because when they say, did you do this? They're not saying, did you do this? They're not asking. They're saying, it doesn't look like this was done. Please redo it, right? So they're not going to go around and actually say, hey, was this done? Was this done? They're gonna say that, but what they mean is it doesn't look like it was done. Please do it, right? But they won't say that because they don't want to sound mean. They don't want to sound pushy. So it's on us to go out of our way to do that for them. Now, what this might lead to is needing some extra time, right? So if you need extra time, call the office, text us, and just say, hey, I got to get X, Y, and Z done. It's going to take me an extra 30 minutes. It's going to take me an extra hour. But I got to get this done, right? So in those situations, you will be covered. We will pay you for that time. That is no problem. The goal here is to give absolutely everything that we can to that client to make them happy, because the value of that client is astronomical compared to what that extra hour or two that we have to spend there will cost us in the short term. Right? So we're thinking about this entirely long term. It's the value of every single client relationship, not that particular job. And I want to drive that home it's the most important thing that this business represents, is the value of each and every client to the business. So to cultivate this, to promote this, hang on, I got to bring up this here. Is this last bonus. So what this last bonus is if a client leaves a public review on Yelp, Angie's List, Google, even Facebook, I'll give you a $25 gift card. Now, the reason for this is because of how much value a 5-star review leaves for us, or how much value it brings to business when a client goes out of their way to do that. So the other little couple caveats here: the review must mention you by name. So it's got to say, Neil did a great job for me. I had him out with his partner, and they were amazing. The other thing, it's got to be 5 stars. All right. So if they leave a review and it's 3 stars, it's no good. They might as well have not even left a review. If it's 4 stars, same thing. Got to be 5, because that's the most valuable response that we can get, and you get your $25 gift card. So the other thing that you can do is encourage these. So when you're doing your walkthrough and you got your checklist, circle your name on it. Say, hey, obviously feel it out and make sure that they are thrilled with what we did. If they're not, don't do this. But if they're thrilled with what we did, say, hey, my name is Neil. It means a tremendous amount if you would leave a review for me online. Mention me by name. I want other clients, when they call up our service, to ask for me. This helps me out a ton. I'll keep doing a good job for you. It's been great helping you out today. Could you do that for me? And if they say, yeah, sure, you say, great. If I text you a link to leave a review, can you do that for me right now? And if they say, yeah, great, text it to them. Or say, hey, I'm leaving right now. Before I leave, I'm going to text you a link to that Yelp page for you to leave a review. Would you mind doing me? It'll take you less than 5 minutes, but it would mean the world to me if you did that. And they'll say yes, or they'll say, oh yeah, I'll get to that, whatever. But that'll give you a greater opportunity or potential to start getting those 5-star reviews and getting your $25 gift card bonus. So that should be a great thing for us. I want you guys to be incentivized to get those reviews, but I also want to give you a bonus in those situations, because I know that it takes a lot of work to do that, but it means a tremendous amount to the business, and will keep everyone busy if we do those things. So it's completely worthwhile to do that.